Today, we're going to unpack a truly pivotal and unprecedented moment in global geopolitics, the direct U.S. military action against Iran that unfolded on June 21st, 2025. This was not merely another incident in a long-standing tension, but the first time the United States conducted a direct military attack on Iranian territory. President Donald Trump swiftly announced the successful completion of these strikes on three Iranian nuclear facilities: Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan. He confirmed that all U.S. planes had safely exited Iranian airspace. To truly grasp the significance of these strikes, we must understand the critical context that necessitated this action: Iran's nuclear program. The immediate catalyst: Iran's uranium enrichment program. A primary driver for U.S. intervention was Iran's uranium enrichment program. Experts like Dr. Brigham McCown from the Institute for Strategic Risk and Security have highlighted that Iran's enrichment levels, reported at 60%, represent a clear deviation from civilian use. Dr. McCown stated unequivocally that there is no civil use for uranium at that level. This is significantly beyond the 3 to 5% required for civilian facilities and even the 20 to 25% for research reactors. The danger intensifies due to the proximity to weapons-grade material. Weapons-grade uranium is in the 80 to 90% range, and Dr. McCown warned that reaching this level could take as little as 2 weeks, or even less for a dirty bomb. This rapid potential for breakout signaled potential military intentions or bargaining pressure. The ISRS briefing concluded that 60% enrichment constitutes a strategic provocation, not a peaceful program. This high level of enrichment, particularly at sites like Fordow, was a key reason for the U.S. to impose direct costs on Iran's latent nuclear weapons capability, aiming to disrupt what analysts call the last mile to weapons-grade material. The Fordow facility itself is considered absolutely central to Iran's nuclear program. Construction began around 2006, becoming operational in 2009, while enrichment activities were halted under the 2015 JCPOA nuclear deal. Iran resumed uranium enrichment there after the U.S. withdrew in 2018. Wider ramifications: political, humanitarian, and geopolitical fallout. The implications of this massive escalation extend far beyond the immediate players. Domestically, within the U.S., U.S. involvement had divided Republicans, including Trump's closest allies. This signaled possible complications for the administration and future foreign policy, creating fissures within the party. On a global and humanitarian scale, Rafael Grossi, the head of the UN nuclear watchdog, IAEA, expressed significant concerns about the potential for radiological and chemical contamination from the damaged Iranian sites, specifically mentioning Natanz and Isfahan. While initial radiation levels remained normal outside the facilities, he warned that the ongoing military escalation dramatically increases the risk of a radiological release. This raises profound questions about the long-term environmental and public health risks for the civilian population, where collateral damage could be catastrophic. Fordow, for instance, is located only about 32 kilometers, 20 miles south of Qom, Iran's seventh-largest city with a population of 1.4 million. Beyond mediation, Russian President Vladimir Putin reportedly offered to mediate between Israel and Iran, but President Trump ultimately rejected this offer, indicating a preference for a more decisive, unmediated approach. The ISRS briefing also highlights several regional and global implications. Middle East tensions spike. Expect retaliation from Iran or its proxies, with Gulf nations elevating alert levels and Israeli missile defense systems on high readiness. Strait of Hormuz risk. Iran may leverage its asymmetric naval capabilities to disrupt global shipping, especially oil and gas tankers, which would signal a serious escalation and send oil prices soaring. Cyber retaliation. Iranian groups like APT-33 and APT-35 may activate cyber retaliation protocols targeting U.S. critical infrastructure and private sector assets. Information war. Iranian state media and influence networks are expected to push narratives of U.S. aggression, leading to a surge in disinformation and emotionally charged propaganda. In conclusion, the U.S. airstrikes on Iran on June 21, 2025, were a culmination of escalating tensions and strategic imperatives driven by Iran's advanced nuclear enrichment program, particularly at the deeply fortified Fordow facility. The unique challenge posed by Fordow's construction, requiring the exclusive capabilities of the U.S. GBU-57 massive ordnance penetrator delivered by the B-2 stealth bomber, made direct American military intervention not just beneficial, but absolutely necessary. This decision marked a profound shift in U.S. strategic posture, moving from a supportive defensive role to actively conducting offensive strikes on Iranian soil. Despite President Trump's seemingly contradictory call for now is the time for peace immediately following the strikes, Iran's unyielding never-surrender stance and promises of retaliation indicate a highly volatile and unpredictable future. The broader implications, from potential radiological contamination to domestic political divisions and heightened regional instability, underscore the monumental nature of this event. This unprecedented U.S. military action has fundamentally redefined geopolitical dynamics in the Middle East and beyond, presenting critical, unfolding realities that will undoubtedly shape the region for years to come. Zach for GG Deep Dive. End of transmission.